we know a little bit about podcast. We didn't talk anything before.
So we had this little super awkward 30 minutes, you and me, where we didn't talk to each other.
It's like when you talk, it's a problem. If you don't talk, it's a problem.
Because we know it's if before recording you start to talk, then you're gonna miss interesting stuff during the recording. Because I did a podcast in the past, or I have my own.
What's it called?
Calme-toi, Bernard.
Why Bernard?
It's like a famous sentence from a French movie.
What movie is that?
Les bronzés font du ski.
I know there's a lot of bronzé.
Yeah.
It's like a police academy. It's like a French police academy.
That's it. This one is when they're skiing. And there's one of the character getting upset and they say, Calme-toi, Bernard, calme-toi, Bernard. And this is how it is.
How did you get into stand-up?
So I'm from Poitiers. It's in the middle of France. It's a cool city if you were born here.
What's special about it?
In the Middle Age, the Arabs were stopped by a French king there. So now the nationalist, parties sometimes use the city as a symbol. I remember they were building a couple of years ago a mosque. How do you say mosque? Mosque. I was going to say the church for the Muslims, so it's not a good name.
Church for the Muslims.
The church for the Muslims, so the mosque. And so they were building one in Poitiers, but the super extreme right parties of France went and interrupt the building because they said, like Charles Martel did, that's the name of the guy that stopped the Arabs in the Middle Age, like Charles Martel did, we'll stop the Arabs there. So, but Poitiers is like a super, it's a left city. It's really not, extreme right is really not strong over there. So yeah, that's famous for that, and that's famous for amusement park, which is called Futuroscope.
What is a Futuroscope?
Disneyland, but not fun. I'm sorry for people of Poitiers, but we all know that. It's like a lot of cinemas, 3D cinemas. I've been there like 15 times in my life, because when you're from Poitiers, you have free tickets when you're young. It's cool if you were born here. If you for example, if tomorrow you have a job over there and you arrive in Poitiers and you have no friends, good luck to make new friends.
Really?
It's not like big cities. In big cities, it's easy to meet people. In small cities, it's really, even me, when I'm in Paris, I'm like open-minded with other people. When I'm in Poitiers, you have my group of friends. I don't want to make new friends. Get the fuck out.
Arabs, go back.
Yep. I don't know. For example, in France, I don't think the racism is strong versus Indian people.
For Indian people, we have a pass. You have your...
You're good.
Yeah, black.
You take your little jokes about,
yes.
Hey, you sell flour, hey, you ate curry, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have the, we hate you, like Arabs.
Arabs and the blacks, they have the big part of racism.
Oh, yeah, I think Arabs are top.
Oh, really?
In France?
Blacks, so blacks are less...
I think, I don't know, you should ask, because I'm not
You're super white.
I'm not on this side of the
spectrum.
Of the spectrum. But I think Arab is really number one. And then you have, are we really doing that, like a ranking of racism in France? Arab and Jews also, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I think Jews, it's hard also in France. And then under you have black, then you have Chinese, and then you come.
Then Indians.
So you're really cool.
Then maybe there are Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and then Indians. So I think we have still a little bit lower.
So I'm going to be really... If you see that from the perspective of a really classic racist French guy, you three last are all the same, huh? Bangladesh, Pakistan. Sorry, but this is the truth. It's not me speaking. I'm watching the camera. It's not me speaking. It's the French voting extreme right guy speaking.
I was in Châtelet with Hugo Gertner, and I was at, he wanted to buy some crepe or something after a show.
Yeah, he's a little fat. He likes crepe. Hello, Hugo.
Crepe is the greatest invention of France. In fact, crepe is like you put gluten, you put sugar, you put lactose, you can even put meat on it.
Yep.
The French said, let's make something which is like dietically impossible to approve.
No vegetables allowed. If you check, there's never vegetables or fruit in the crepe.
So with Hugo, we bought something, and there was an Indian who was serving us. And I spoke to him in French. I said, why don't you speak to him in Indian? I said, look, for Hugo, there's no Indian. There's Hindi. There's many languages in India. Indian is a nationality. So, and I said, I cannot speak to him in Hindi because he's from south of India. He's a Tamil. He said, how do you know? I said, because his mustache is too thick.
You really can recognize?
And then there was a guy in the backside in the kitchen. And he said, what about him? I said, he's from Bangladesh. I said, how do you know? Because he's wearing leather and he's not got a mustache and he's a little bit darker. And then there was a guy with the flowers who came by and he said, what about him? I said, he's Pakistani. I said, how do you know? Because he's got a fuck you look on his face.
So that's racist. That's not a real...
You cannot mess with Pakistanis. You cannot mess with Pakistanis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool to know. So for you, like in your Asian area, Pakistanis are the tough guys.
Everybody's trying to be tough, but yeah, for me, like I can even tell like what region from India they are from. Generally, I can even tell like the social economic class from their fashion.
Okay.
I mean that you must be able to do it for the French people.
Yeah, but I'm really not like a fashion guy. I don't pay attention because in France you can fake it. You can have super fancy clothes and be not really rich, and you have rich people that are dressed like, how do you say, hobos, and that don't give a shit.
That's true. That's very true.
But in India, everyone has its own kind of clothes. Nah.
For Indians, we can recognize these small things. If somebody's become rich, maybe in the last 10 years, you can see those things. If somebody is like a rich from a long time, or somebody is from middle class, so we know all this just by looking and talking. So it's like for us, it's like an X-ray. For you, it's like Apu.
Yeah. No, for me, it's for example, if I see you, I say you look like intellectual middle class, like teacher.
Yeah, I come from a business class in India.
Okay.
But but here I am doing that. In France, I'm a sort of a teacher.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And I have one more question. The caste is still on in India. It's officially off, but
officially off. For example, it's like an organic. It's a body. So like in the body, you have the head, and you have the feet. How many of you want like if you remove like a part of your head, part of your brain, and how many of you would prefer if you cut off your feet? I think you'll say, okay, take a little bit of my brain. It's not a problem.
Oh,
I have enough.
But I'm talking about that on stage actually. Like being dumb sounds cool.
Can you tell us that joke in English? We can translate.
Oh, I have no idea how to translate. But I'm just talking about when at night you can't sleep and you're watching at the ceiling, thinking about all the shit, like all the what's the meaning of life? Why do I have to die one day? Why do the people love die? Why is the planet fuck up? Blah 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 blah. And you just want to be a little bit more dumb and be like and fall asleep.
Just looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, I don't know. But being able. Some people can. Being able to really just and you fall asleep.
I think being dumb is a good thing now because if you are dumb, you have less problems.
Yeah, I guess. Oh no, I think it's just that I'm really in between. I'm middle class in the brain also. Because the super smart people, they can't solve all their problems because they're smart. Me, I'm just lost in the middle. Like, I'm not dumb enough to not see that there's problems around me, but I'm not smart enough to solve them. So I'm like, lost in the middle.
I think the more smart you are, the more problems you have, I feel.
But I start to do stuff that works well, yeah. I guess maybe you said you do that, like the meditation and blah blah. That's really cool stuff. Yeah, that's cool. I'm really close-minded guy, technically. Like I come from, me. I'm just like usually my life used to be I just get drunk, go have fun with my friends, and eat kebab at 5 a.m. and that's great. And really close-minded about everything, like you're vegan, you suck dick, and stuff like that, which makes absolutely no sense, and which is not a problem. But I start to evolve a little, and there's some pretty cool stuff. But sometimes when I do meditation, after 1 minute, I have like a flashback of who I am, and I feel like, what the fuck are you doing? Sitting like that, listening to your breathing, just go get drunk. But I don't. I stay strong.
Incredible. It's incredible because this thing, what you're saying, when I came to France like a few years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, this was not normal. And it's become so normal now.
Because you, like, for example, in India, doing yoga and meditation, is it like something like playing football, something super classic?
In fact, India, everybody knows that doing yoga and meditation is good. It's like in France, everybody knows to do exercise is good,
Okay.
but not everybody does it.
Okay, because it asks a lot of discipline and effort.
Yeah.
But it's recognized that it's useful.
Yes.
But when you arrive 10 years, you practice
Yes.
and it helps?
If I didn't have that, I would be crazy, because my life is like so crazy,
Yeah?
so that I feel it has given me some kind of
Structure?
yes, and it helps me deal with everything, many things.
With all the shit in your life. Yeah, that's the point of that. That's cool. I don't have a lot of shit in my life, but I do that. No, it's like a preparation. I don't wait the shit to arrive. I want to be ready when it arrives, you know? So it's more anticipation stuff.
Okay, so you're ready for the shit. So the shit is coming.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I was not sure what's your level, because on your messages on Instagram, you had some really cool ways to say it. So I was expecting you a little bit higher, but at the same time, I didn't know where your level is.
I'm not afraid to use the sentence that is not the good one.
And that is what is most important. French people are very ashamed.
Oh yeah, I was a long time. But the luck was when I went abroad, I was with a French friend of mine that is super shit in English. So thanks to him and his mediocrity, it made me feel super confident. Thank you.
What's his name?
Thibaut, thank you. It's crazy. Like, his family paid him private class, travel, we call that language travel, where you go abroad for 2 weeks. It's so bad. He doesn't speak shit. It's really bad. So, but thanks to him now I feel confident, because I'm
Better.
I'm better than him. So that's enough for my confidence. You just need one guy to compare to, and then you feel good. That's why in stand-up you have to perform with Hugo. Like that. Okay, I just wanted to shit on him.
So I think you are B1,
Okay.
but you have the confidence of B2.
Okay. C1 and C2 are like fluent.
C1 is Noman,
Okay.
and C2 is Adrien.
Oh,
Adrien
yeah,
Adrien is like almost sitting on the top of C2.
Adrien is like, yeah. You could think he's from US.
We can tell that he's not from US, but he's so good.
Yeah.
So you are, I think, between B1 and B2. I will put you in between B1 and
Okay.
B2.
That's good to me.
So B1, you can create short paragraphs.
Okay.
You have some fluency, but make numerous mistakes. Next time you make a mistake, I'll do this.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna ring a lot.
You can narrate in past, present, and the future with inconsistent accuracy.
Okay.
You can describe with limited vocabulary and lack of precision.
What is Franjo?
Franjo is not yet here. He will be there next week.
I saw it came. Sorry.
So tell me, how did you get into comedy?
Okay. Do I give you like the real story, or the stories that one day I'll have to give to the journalist? Like, yeah, I've always dreamt of being a stand-up comedian all my life, because it's really not the case actually. Yeah? I started comedy by accident. I talk of it on stage. You know, I'm a guy from middle class in France, so I never thought in my life about being in showbiz, because I've always been prepared to. I do my studies, I find a decent job, and then I work 45 years, retirement, death. That's cool.
What do your parents do?
My dad was. They're both retired. When you start a sentence with "my dad was," everyone is like, "Is he dead or is he's just retired?" So my dad was a social worker, and my mom was a teacher.
What did she teach?
French. Both working for the state, so really, what do you say, safe jobs, but where you like during your professional career, nothing crazy is gonna happen, but nothing bad is gonna happen either. Like, it should be super safe.
In English, we call it vanilla. Vanilla. That means really.
Yeah, but that's the things that people from my social class really looking for. You're not rich, but you don't want to risk to become poor. So you don't want to say that. So yeah, and I was really fine with that actually. So I did studies like in management, blah blah blah. All the when you don't know what you want to do, you go to management until at some point you have to pick a job. And then I was a salesman. I walked abroad a little.
Which country?
I worked in Cambodia. I was doing an internship over there for my bachelor degree. And then my boss, it was like, I don't know, it was kind of a fake company, because the big boss was a super rich Cambodian guy, and he created like a little intelligence agency. He wanted to have his own little CIA. I don't know, but it was so full of shit. So he created a intellectual property surveillance company, because in Cambodia you have a lot of fake stuff, like in Asia you have a lot of fake clothes, fake drinks, and everything. So that was the company, and I had there was the big boss, and there was the manager that was like a French guy, and I did an internship there. And then he said, okay, I'm leaving. Do you want to become the manager? I said, I have 6 months experience in my total life. And he said, yeah, don't worry, it's cool here. Because that's one of the privilege of being
Big
a
white.
white guy. White people going abroad, you're really welcome. It doesn't work the same way when you... Cambodian people coming to France, you won't be a manager, unfortunately. So I arrived, and so I became the manager of this company. I was like 3 or 4 staff. And I had no idea what to do. And I soon realized that it was not really a company aimed to make money. It was just the super rich guy that had this little toy of, I created my little company of surveillance. And before the couple of months before I leave the job, the big boss said, okay, we create a private detective stuff. No, that was really fun, because I said, okay, there's no way I'm going to do that for real. But if you want, I'm here for a few months. And I do the practicing, I prepare that. And I had friends in Cambodia, and I said, okay, dude, I'm going to make you follow by someone this week. Are you okay? Just be careful. Don't do something stupid, because I'm going to know it. Don't go to like prostitutes or what, because I'm going to make you follow this week. And I had one of the staff followed him with a scooter, like in a movie, He was really like following him everywhere in the scooter. And then 2 days after, I went to see my friend, and I said, okay, look, I have a report of everything you did. Yesterday you've been shopping at this time. Then you've been to the gym. Then so then the big boss. Then I don't know what happened, because I quit the job after like 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah, and then I don't know if it still exists or not. No, because I just practiced the detective stuff, because he wanted to do some things that I found ethically really bad. He wanted to follow employees. It's like, because in Cambodia, for example, a lot of people, if you're a salesman in a company, you're supposed to go and see customers all day. But in Cambodia, often, and I see that with my own eyes, they go see one customer, and then at 10 a.m., the day is over, they're going to play volleyball. So you're not the really most efficient salesman. But I didn't want to be like, I don't know. I come from a voting left family, so I can't do employee spying. It's not possible. So
It's not in your DNA.
yeah, I can't. But it's really crazy when you go next to the volleyball field, the number of guys that are with their suit, and they're supposed to be working, but they're playing volleyball. So
It's so specific. Volleyball, not table tennis.
now that's the number 1 sport in Cambodia. It's volleyball. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's volleyball. So yeah, that was cool. And then, then I came back. I did Erasmus and all the super cool. I know what Erasmus is, yeah.
It's an exchange program where Europeans can have sex with other Europeans.
Basically, yeah, that's it. It's, They made studies that a lot of babies are born because of Erasmus. So Erasmus is responsible for the surpopulation also. You say surpopulation?
Overpopulation.
Overpopulation. I moved to Paris. I start to work to be a salesman in a meat industry. I go to fancy restaurants in Paris, and I sell them fancy meat.
Like what?
Organic meat from the countryside.
With cows which hear music.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a salesman, so I have my book with all the shit I'm supposed to learn by heart and throw to the face of the cook, but I have no idea if it's true or not. Some company really do it well, like you visit the farmers. I've never seen one farmer in my life. It's just they gave me the job because my grandparents were butchers, and because I look really from the countryside, so I look authentic. For real, sometimes I went to see the cook, and they say, but you're the farmer. I say, yeah, no, I'm not. I live in Paris. I came with Navigo pass. I really, but it's all sales is all about.
But you have the look. You have the profile of a good salesman of meat industry.
Yeah.
It's perfect. In fact, it fits you.
I couldn't sell cosmetics,
Yes, but you can also be a good in a gangster movie, like a tough guy.
but the dumb one. the guy on the left of the boss that asks a stupid question. So I did that, and then how do you say in English, of a common agreement? Yeah, I've been fired, but we say
But you got
common
money.
agreement.
You got money. You got a lot of money.
Yeah, that's so
You got
classic in
fired.
France. It's like, let's up, and then we take money.
Let's get fired and let's make money.
Yeah, let's get fired and have a party. So yeah, I get fired. Then I made so I had no job, but at the same time a friend of mine motivated me to create a company, a startup. It was like how do you call that? Apartment management.
When you go
basically.
and you manage the apartment when people are away.
Yeah, stuff like that. So that was cool. But at the same time, I started to do stand-up like really for fun. Like I don't like you're gonna register for a badminton class or yoga class. I don't know. I really did that. I registered to a stand-up class.
Which one?
It's called Alex and Nguyen.
I think we are all Alex and Nguyen graduates.
Stand-up is really something. Now I know that's something you have to learn on your own. But at least this class was cheap. There's a lot of other classes in Paris. Don't do that. It's super expensive and it's useless. No, for real. Some people are making big business on that. He tells you, he's pretty honest. He says, okay, you don't stay too long with me because it's useless. I'm just helping you to start. He knows he's not he's not a guru of stand-up at all, but he's going to make you go on stage soon, like super fast. I mean, like you register with him, after 1 month you're on stage. So I think if you already have the how do you say, the first step of going on stage once is already super hard. So Alex can help you. But to me, it is.
Alex is the first step to becoming a stand-up comedian in Paris.
I don't know. Some people can do without it, but me, I'm really not from artistic families or showbiz. I had no idea you could earn a living doing jokes. I think Alex should give me a lot of money because anytime someone asks, when did you start stand-up? I said Alex. So I do the class of Alex. That you did too also. It's really cool. And one day he says, okay, we do this show. And at the end of the show, it went well. And I have 10 euros. And I know suddenly I noticed, okay, so I can make money doing jokes. I don't know, for me, it was never possible to have a job that, not that you like, but that is fun, that you do something. I'm not like, I discovered all the big American stand-up comedian after a year and a half doing stand-up. It's actually Adrien Arnoux that told me, look at this guy. Before I didn't know that. I was not a big fan of comedy at all. So yeah, I go step by step. And then I get invited to do a famous TV show in France, Jamel Comedy Club.
It's a show. It comes on TV, but it's also live.
Yeah, you have audience and then it goes on TV. And so it used to be super famous. And now it has a little moment of calm, and now they start to walk it back again.
You are in the next season?
Yep. But me, the show I did, it was like for 3 years. It was just 1 year of stand-up. It was really bad what I did. But at least it opened me the gates, So then I have been able to perform in every comedy club. And then you start to make money. And then I noticed, okay, I make more money with stand-up than with my business. At the beginning, I was really, okay, I don't want to talk about the same topics than everyone. And I just start to stop that because it's super moronic, because the same topic than everyone has a topic that people are concerned about. Because if you do technical jokes about the rings of Saturn, it's super fun for the stand-up comedians that say, oh, it's really technical, it's talking about new topic, but the people in the audience doesn't give a shit. And I think sometimes we forget that the people you have to make laugh are the audience and not the other comedian backstage. You want to impress your colleagues.
Exactly.
But yeah, so now I start to go back to the jokes, like I talk about everything, really, and I have some, I would say, not common topics, but I also talk about like having a girlfriend, feeling alone, all this classic shit, death, religion, environment, because these are I talk about the stuff that are concerned about, and I have thousands of materials that I have to. Like for example, I would say 100 pages, but there's at least 90 of them that have to go to the trash. But I don't know. I'm always writing. Even for example, if I'm running, when I don't know, when I'm doing sports, there's like I think there's an hormone coming out. No, what is it? Endorphin? Is it this one? I don't know. And so I have ideas coming. So when I'm running, I record in the microphone and then I re-listen. And I don't know. It really sometimes I'm super. I'm gonna sit and in 1 hour I'm gonna find a lot of jokes. Sometimes like everyone, 1 week I try to sit every day at least 1 hour in front of my computer. Say okay, find jokes. And sometimes nothing comes up, and sometimes a lot of stuff comes. And then I try them on stage, and I say this one is gonna be so fun. And then oh no, it was not. It bombs really bad. I don't know. But I just noticed now I have a new not a new strategy, because I have jokes that I wrote super long time ago, because I have 100 pages, and so when I read them, I rediscover them. So most of them I find super bad, but once in a while I find one that I say this one is cool, and usually it works really well on the stage. I try to always record when I go on stage, and I re-listen to old stuff, and I find myself so bad. But I said, "Oh, you're really bad." But this joke was not bad. Why don't you keep it?
You listen to the old stuff and you try to
It's a torture.
extract. Oh, it's a torture.
It's a torture.
I have so much of old stuff I have not listened to.
But me, when I record stuff, I always write a comment. I said, "Okay, good." Or I said, "Okay, big bomb." So when it's big bomb, I can't. I should, because you learn from the big bomb, but it's destroying me.
So you record it on your phone and you put a comment.
I put like for example, I say I put keywords. I talk about money, love, migrants.
And who are your influences? What comedians do you like?
In the French or
Let's
all over the world?
in international. We'll start with international and then French.
I love Bill Burr. Okay, basically, I didn't know any of them. And Adrien Arnoux told me, okay, check these guys. So he told me CK, because he's a big fan of CK. I found super good, really, really good. But some aspect I didn't like, but I found the guy super. I don't know. Maybe too much. Yeah, maybe too much jerking off. Yeah, maybe too much. And dick and poop and shit. And well, I find it fun, but no. And then I heard Bill Burr, and I was like, okay, the guy's a machine. And I found it super cool that he tries to take topics that, he goes, I don't know, he's going to take Lance Armstrong and say, okay, he took drugs, why not? Everyone does that. And he goes, and he makes a point. Steve Jobs died.
That's a great one. That's a great set. The Steve Jobs died. It's so good.
But that's his business now. He's taking a point like everyone is defending someone, and it's going to be, okay, I go against with I'm gonna make my point, and people are gonna be, okay. Even if I don't agree with you, good job. You make a point. So I find it super strong. The stuff on overpopulation, I find it incredible. So yeah, I like Bill Burr. I've seen Chappelle and everything, but I think Bill Burr to me. And yeah, I've seen Chappelle. I think it was on Netflix. I found the guy so like, he's at home. He has zero pressure. I really like what he says, and I don't know. I like the whole character, but I found crazy that he does a joke, and the people in the crowd, he's like a guru. The people are like standing up on a joke. Some people I don't know, Gaffigan. I don't know why I liked him. He's doing zero. How do you say? Zero dirty, and he has zero. How do you say? Engagement. Do you say that? Like he takes no side. He takes no side. Yeah. It's just jokes about food, but I found him super good. Yeah, I think I haven't seen a lot. Well, I'm okay. Some of the people I know, they say you have to see everything, and I guess they're right. But me, then if I see everything, I'm really afraid to steal jokes not on purpose. So because there's a big stuff of stealing jokes in France right now, which is cool. It's cool that it came up, but I think everyone already took. I took jokes, and some people told me, "Yeah, this looks like that," and said, "Ah, yeah, okay, you're right." So I think it's more than attacking straight the guy. We have to maybe discuss with each other. I'm telling you that, but there's some people that I think took a couple of jokes of me.
Really?
But I never said them because I'm not sure. So I'm saying do that, but I don't do it. So I'm full of shit. I think it used to be a big sport, but now it's coming down. People are start to be careful. But you have to be, I don't know, in the US, for example, I guess the audience, if you learn that a famous stand-up comedian stole joke, the guy career could be over. In France, no one, for real, we give a shit. Some people, big stand-up fans give a shit. But most of the people don't give a shit.
No, because it's a very small industry, France.
And because I can understand that if I was not a stand-up... Imagine you're one of my friends, you have nothing to do with stand-up, and I come to you and I say, oh, you see, this guy, he stole my joke. I'm like, yeah, okay, dude, okay, you're a clown, and a guy stole your funny moment. Wow.